The Rocket Review is sponsored by Why Not Saloon.
We're so thrilled to have back on the show an incredible country music singer and songwriter, Allie Colleen. Thanks for coming back on.
I'm stoked to be here. How are you doing?
You know, I'm so thrilled to have you back on because after seeing you out on tour with Jellyroll,
you can say it again
this
if you'd
past
like.
year.
That was so crazy.
I saw all the pictures and videos. I'm like going, I know Allie. It's like, and there you are out on this giant tour last year.
It was crazy. We bamboozled our way onto the last 20 cities. So it was me, myself, Shabuzi, and Ernest, and Jellyroll.
Wow.
It
I mean,
was
can
crazy.
it get any bigger than that?
It was crazy. It was so fun. We got to play Oklahoma City. So that was crazy for me. We didn't get to play Tulsa. We got to play Oklahoma City. So that was crazy. The whole thing was just so grateful, man. Trying to bamboozle our way back onto another one this year. That was amazing.
So you think eventually they're going to go through like Owasso or, you know?
Hopefully. When we get in a big arena there, you know what I mean? Maybe.
Oh my gosh, well I want to bring up your brand new EP that is out, and I love this thing. I got to tell you, Sincerely Rolling Stone, and you and I were talking about this, and I know already with the single you released with Oklahoma Mountains is doing great on Spotify and with radio and everybody, but there's so many, I mean, I felt like I was listening to a therapy session, but it was also, I could relate to all these songs.
I was worried about that, so I'm glad that you say that. I was worried that these were my 5 songs that Allie related to. You know what I mean? That maybe other people didn't, and I was a little worried about that. But it was a project that Rolling Stone goes back as far as 2021. I wrote that song in 2021. And so these are kind of just my 5 babies that needed a life and really did, but I was worried that I only wrote them for Allie, you know? And so I really wanted to do just like a kind of a, not even a private project, but just a really sincere project. And I'm so proud of it. And I think I've had more people reach out about really personal stories relating to these songs than I have any of my other stuff, as it would be, you know what I mean? I'm so proud.
Well, and you've been finding your voice for so many years, especially, you know, being here in Nashville and everything, but you know, I don't know, these songs in particular, to me, is just like, you're just really sharing deeply. And I know, you know, we all go through hard years, as you and I both have, and you know, but also to share that in a way to help others. And, and I think you did that with this EP, Allie.
I hope so, and that's a very kind thing to say. I was maybe jaded a couple years ago. I was told by someone that I held really, really high in Nashville that the songs were only as good as their relatability. And I think I maybe fed into that a little bit too much because I know that how these songs make me feel is something that everybody can relate to. You know what I mean? These songs make me feel a type of way that I know everybody in their own world and their own narrative experiences. So I think I'm going to feed a little bit more into that in the future than worrying about the relativity of it.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
And
I think I
also,
listened a little too much on that one to somebody.
Well, and if you share honestly, and I think, you know, and I've loved all your past music, and you and I have done interviews in the past, but I mean, like I told you when you walked in, Nicotine on here is such a sleeper song. And I just love, you know, your voice and the acoustics. And I mean, and you got, you know, Lockwood Barr, you know, co-writing on this, but it seems like you've got a rhythm of your favorite songwriters you write with now also, which, you know, you're like a staple here in Nashville playing all the songwriter rounds. And when I saw you out with Jelly, I'm like going, well, obviously she's having to cut back on the songwriter rounds.
I am a round queen. I am a round queen here in Nashville. No, I have a couple of dream teams on this album. Stephen Hunley and Eric Dahl wrote like Halos and Horns with me, which was the whole reason that we made the Jellyroll tour was Halos and Horns. He had heard that song and really wanted to work together and really loved what we did. So I got a couple of dream teams on here. Megan and Lockwood are one of them. And I'm just really, really proud. I think, you know, in town, this town is built off of songwriters, and it always has been. But what a privilege for your songwriters to spend time learning how you would say something, because they've spent their whole life saying things the way that they would say things, you know, and then really honing that own craft for themselves. So this is a dream team for me of people who really came to find out how Allie would say something. So I'm very proud of it.
And I think that's what's so incredible with this one, Allie. And like I said, it's to where it's so honest. But, you know, it's so... You know how bold you have to be that honest. You know, to really step out and share your true heart and your true self, and also to work with other co-writers to get your vision. But it's like, I mean, there's no duds on here. I mean, like you mentioned Rolling Stone, but also Grass on the Grave, Oklahoma Mountains is doing so well, household name. I still say Nicotine's probably one of my favorites.
I love them. I don't know that I have a favorite, but they're all my babies. And then only on the vinyl themselves, because I couldn't interrupt the track process. This was my first vinyl.
Yeah.
And so like picking where side A and side B started, I was like, well, I can't. I made them to be cohesive, so I had to add a sixth audio for just the vinyl.
Right.
So only the vinyls has a track 6 on it.
You know, I love that you did vinyl
so we're
too,
excited
and
about
this
that.
picture is so iconic. I mean, you look like a rock star here.
I feel like a rock star. I do.
You know, and Bev shot this for you, your publicist, but it's like, it looks so cool, and just the whole look of it is just so artsy.
We played a show last weekend and someone came up and said, I love the artwork. I wish you were on it, but I love it. And I said, that's me. And she said, no, it's not. I said, no, that's me, because I had 2 colored hair during the tour, as if you can even tell on a black and white. But she was like, I love it. I wish you were on it. And I just want you guys to know, that's me. I'm on it. I'm so proud.
And I love black and white footage. And you guys have also been putting some of your lyrics on the website too.
We have. We've been starting to sell lyrics at shows, which I kind of thought was silly. I thought, who's going to want to buy a printed out? Like they could print it out at home. They love it, and I get to sign it for them. And then they also, it's cool to hear maybe what they thought lines were, that they're not, or vice versa. Or then be like, it should have been this. I like that line a lot too. I'm like, I'll keep that in mind for next time. Thank you.
Oh,
I love it.
gosh.
It's been very cool.
And they prefer the ones where the ink is running out.
I've learned that too. Don't waste your money on new ink. Make it look cool.
Oh my gosh. Well, and there's going to be some more new merch and a big tour this year also.
Yes.
With you headlining your own tours.
Oh, I hope so. I'll be out there. That's for sure. I don't know how big it'll be, but I'll be out there.
I think it'll be big. I have a feeling that this is going to be your biggest EP and album to date. That's my prediction from the Rock Interview.
I like the trajectory. As long as it's to date, let's go.
Yeah, to date. Because I mean, it's so powerful, and every song on here is great.
Thank you.
But I want to make sure for our viewers, with your website, with social media, to come see you live. Even if you bump into where do they need to go for everything now?
Kind of our big launch page is just alliecolleenmusic.com is our webpage. So that can send you to all the socials. Instagram is my most personal. I run it myself. TikTok for the trends. Good luck, you guys. Facebook for makeup, all that kind of stuff, you guys. So you can follow us anywhere like that. But vinyls are only available on the website and live shows. It is out everywhere if you guys listen to digital music. I can't thank you enough for helping me
I'll tell you what,
promote
though,
it.
Be sure to get the vinyl, because every song on here, you're going to love them all, and then request them when you go see her live.
Please.
Or if Allie is out at a songwriter round somewhere, if she has time for that in between touring with Jellyroll.
I'll make some time, absolutely.
But it's a great EP. You're going to love every song on here as much as I do, especially Nicotine. And be sure and add them to your playlist, however you consume music, but go see Allie Colleen live. So good to have you back in.
Honored, man. Thank you.
Congratulations. Get the album.
The Rock and Review is sponsored by Why Not Saloon.